Hey everybody, hope you're having a good day. This is Buddy Blackford. I'm going to go over what this little T checkbox means, and it stands for Preserve Underlying Transparency. I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to show you how it doesn't work. So let's get on with it. It should be a quick tutorial, and it should be awesome. And it'll come in handy actually if you want to learn to use it correctly. So I made this text here, and if you check out the text, you can check out its alpha by clicking on this button here and see that it has an alpha. So that's something that we need. You can't use the preserve underlying transparency if you don't have alphas, because alphas are pretty much the basis of transparency. So we've got our text here that I put down, and what this button does is anything that's above it will go back to the background and use the alpha to anything below it to cut out itself, and it'll just show up within the text. So I'll show you real quick. If I bring down just some video footage, and I'll just move, wrong one. I'll just move this like somewhere to here or something like that, and then I go to click on the preserve transparency button. You can see what it does now. So that's simple enough. This also works with shape layers. So if I go to create a shape here, and oops, whoa, what did I just make there? I didn't want it to be this big, so I'm just gonna scale it down a little bit, and that's fine. I just wanted to show you shape. And I take this shape layer and I bring it below the footage that has the preserve underlying transparency checked. It's going to show up through there. Pretty much anything that has an alpha channel that you can use will do this. Now, simple trick that, or it's not a trick, it's a simple, like, I would call it like a gotcha, I guess. Like you're working and you're like, why isn't this working? If you have a piece of footage that has no alpha at all, which I'll show you, like this solid right here, it has no alpha. It's just all white. So when I try to use the underlying transparency there, it's not going to work, because that white alpha there, it's going to encompass the whole entire thing. So now everything that was in white is going to show up. So the whole video footage is going to show up. So if I uncheck the visibility here, it'll work. So you don't want to have anything that the alpha takes up the whole entire thing there. So you may be wondering how this can be used in a real project. So I'm going to show you real quick how something like this might be useful. So I'm going to delete out this shape layer, don't need that, and I'm just going to keep the text. I'm going to delete out this the video footage because I don't need that. I'm going to move the solid up there, and you can use things like solids and stuff like that to also preserve transparency. So if I turn that on, it's going to work like that. Now I'm going to hide the visibility for a second and change up this to like something like this red. And I'm going to change the solid settings here so that the solid is more of a white color. Now I'm going to turn the solid back on so I can see, and just create something like a square going across here like this. And I'll go and I'll feather this out, something like that. And now I'll throw on the preserve transparency, and I've got like this this color like coming through. Now you can see how you can use that to make different types of effects and everything like that. I could move this over to the middle or whatever I wanted to do here, or I could animate it moving across like this to give like a highlighting effect, as you can see there. Like that'd be cool looking. And you may be wondering, how am I supposed to use this if I can't put a background underneath? So the way that you do that is you need to pre-compose these layers. So I'm going to put in a background real quick. It's just going to be a regular solid, and we'll make it like a black background or something. And that's going to be our background. Now everything's all screwed up. But the way to make this work is to pre-compose these layers that you have that you want the transparency to work on. So make sure you have both the layers clicked, come up to layer, and come to pre-compose, and move all attributes into the new composition and hit OK. And now, since everything is just working in this pre-comp here and doesn't have any background underneath it, it's going to work correctly in a composition where there is a background. So in your pre-comp is where you're going to want to maybe animate this going across, and then anything within this pre-comp will happen in the same time frames that the within this other composition. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Well, that's the end of the tutorial there. Pretty basic on how to use this button. If you're ever wondering what it was for or anything like that, now you know. So go ahead and put it to use in one of your projects. Everybody, I hope you're having a good day, and I look forward to seeing your comments on the next tutorial. Have a good one.